10 minutes on the clock. Next 10 minutes, uninterrupted basketball talk of what just happened yesterday in the NBA. 10 minutes on the clock, and the 10 minutes start right now. Alrighty, just a handful of games in the NBA on last night. So let's start here with the first one up. Bulls at the Knicks, and the Bulls come away with a 4-point victory here, winning 119-115 over the Knicks. Alrighty, for the Bulls, the big four is all good still, so that's great. DeMar DeRozan, 34.6 rebounds, 3 assists. They moved DeMar DeRozan to the 3 for this game. Javonte Green plays the 4. So DeMar DeRozan, I mean, playing the 3, playing the 4, doesn't really matter. He's getting great production. I mean, 34.6 rebounds on 63% shooting. Absolutely fantastic. Vucevic down low, 27.7 rebounds and 3 assists. Lonzo Ball playing the 2, Zach LaVine playing the 1. See what Lonzo Ball has done, folks. He wants to take all these shots. He took 14 shots. This is kind of why we don't love Lonzo Ball 100%. We think he's a little bit too happy shooting the ball, and they move him to the 2 to kind of give him a green light to start shooting the ball. So then you take kind of shots away from Zach LaVine a little bit, because Zach LaVine has to slide over to the 1. So don't love it. They got the win, barely though, okay? So Lonzo Ball, 8 points on 21% shooting on 14 shots. Stop it. Be a pure point guard, please, and just let the shots come to you naturally. 14 shots here. He took 10 threes. That's what we don't want Lonzo Ball doing. I've got no problem with LaMelo taking those shots. I like LaMelo as a better scorer. I like LaMelo Ball better than Lonzo Ball, folks. Unapologetic. I do not care. Lonzo Ball, he's good, don't get me wrong, but I believe his brother LaMelo Ball is a better passer and a better scorer, and his passing is better because it's a little bit more, I don't want to call it flashy, but it's like uplifting, it's energetic, it's great passing. It really just kind of bolsters the entire team around him with the way he can kind of pass and the excitement that comes around the kind of flashiness passes that LaMelo Ball passes. I don't see Lonzo Ball really doing that. So don't really love Lonzo Ball that much. And here he is, a -9 on the floor, the worst of the starters. Not great. Jacking up 14 shots on 21% shooting. I don't love it, folks. Don't love it. Zach LaVine at the 1, 27 points, 5 assists, 7 rebounds. He played very well. A +7 on the floor. Fantastic. 50% shooting on 18 shots. We'll take that 3 of 6 from the 3. Nothing great off the bench here. Derrick Jones Jr. only playing 14 minutes, 6 points. He shot 100%, which is great. Usually pretty efficient when he comes off the bench. And then Alex Caruso off the bench, 6 points. He had 4 steals, 6 assists, and 6 rebounds. And the man played 30 minutes and was +21 on the floor. The highest by far, folks, plus-minus for the Bulls. So Bulls end up getting the win here. And then the Knicks, what happened here? Still, obviously, no Kemba Walker. Emmanuel Quickley still playing the 1, 15 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. He shot 35%. We had Alec Burks at the 2, 16 points, 7 rebounds. Mitchell Robinson at the 5, 9 points, 8 rebounds. Julius Randle, 30 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. A great night by him. And then Evan Fournier, 16 points. He shot 42% on 14 shots, 4 of 10 from the 3. Not bad. Pretty solid overall. And then Derrick Rose off the bench, 16 points, 6 assists. Fantastic. Unfortunately, not enough to beat the Bulls. Once again, the Knicks struggling to beat the kind of topper tier teams. They're very solid tier 2, maybe top of the tier 2 teams. Don't know if they're kind of tier 1 just quite yet. Bulls get the win, 119-115. Alrighty, next game up here is the Bucks and the Raptors, and the Raptors win. They beat the Bucks, but there was no Giannis last night, so we're not going to take this game and weigh it really at all. It's a win for the Raptors. I don't know if I can call it a good win. It's good that the Raptors got back on track winning. We've wanted to see that, so I guess we can give them a little credit for that. So the Raptors get the win here, 97-93. Who got it done for the Raptors? Well, Gary Trent Jr. was back in the starting lineup here. Thank goodness. Missed the last couple of games, but he didn't have a great game overall. 8 points on 18% shooting, 2 of 10 from 3, 18% on 16 shots. Not great, but he did have 8 rebounds and was a +5 on the floor, so we give him a little credit. Fred VanVleet, 29 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, very well done. Pascal Siakam, 20 points, 4 assists, 8 rebounds, very well done. And then Scotty Barnes, 13 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. Once again, give credit to the rookie. And then for this Bucks team, well, Pat Connaughton fills in for Giannis at the 4, and he does not even look like Giannis, obviously. 7 points, 3 rebounds. Giannis doesn't do that. What are you, nuts? If Giannis ever scored 7 points and 3 rebounds, he may need to put the man down because his career is probably over at that point. Bobby Portis still playing the 5 here. Still no Brook Lopez, 15 points, 11 rebounds. Chris Middleton, 22 points, 8 rebounds. And once again, we just really needed Chris Middleton to step up this game. Whenever Giannis is not playing, it is Chris Middleton's job 100% to carry the load offensively. Only 22 points. He wasn't even the leading scorer of the squad. That was Drew Holiday with 26 points and 8 assists and 6 rebounds. Very well done by Drew Holiday last night, and also shot 52%. But Chris Middleton shooting 40% on 20 shots, only 22 points. Just a little bit more out of Chris Middleton, please. He got it done in the playoffs last season, folks. He absolutely came alive in the playoffs last year. But in the regular season, it's just nothing great. We need this man to be a really solid, more consistent number 2 for this Bucks team. We'll see how he does once they get to the playoffs, if he can turn it right back on. Grayson Allen, 10 points. He shot 2 of 6 from the 3, 40% on 10 shots. An all right game. He was still a +8 on the floor in 32 minutes. We'll give him a little bit of credit as well. And then just nothing great off the bench because, once again, Pat Connaughton, you got to bring him up, and you've already had to bring Bobby Portis off the bench here. So without Giannis, the bench shrinks a little bit, and that's kind of what their downfall was a little bit last night. So Raptors get back on track, 97-93. No Giannis last night. We're not going to be weighing that loss too heavy for the Grizzlies. Alrighty, folks. And then this game. Are y'all ready for this game? Jeez Louise. Thunder at the Grizzlies, folks. Thunder at the Grizzlies. Grizzlies win 152-79. 152-79. That is a 73-point loss. An NBA record loss here by the Thunder. We know this team is absolutely garbage. Luguentz Dort, he led the team in scoring with 15 points. He was a -53 on the a -53 on the floor, folks. If you ever utter those words, you should be instantly banned from the NBA. Luguentz Dort, -53 on the floor. Jeremiah Robinson Earl gets to start at the 5, -56 on the floor. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, thank goodness, was not on the floor here playing last night, so he was like, that was y'all. Y'all lost by 73 points. I didn't lose by 73 points. I didn't even play. I was out. But this is what y'all do when I'm not on the floor, lose by 73 points. That is a y'all problem. And I know Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is making call after call after call after call, asking, begging, pleading, please get me off this team. Please, please. They were going to have me be a -50 on the floor. They were going to have me a -50 on the floor. Get me out of OKC, please, please. So the Thunder were obviously trash, obviously. And then for the Grizzlies, they did it without Ja Morant, folks. They put up 152 points and won by 73 points without Ja Morant, folks. Who got it done? Everybody. Look at this bench, folks. Are y'all ready for this bench? DeAnthony Melton off the bench, 19 points. Santi Aldama, 18 points off the bench. Xavier Tillman, 11 points off the bench. Brandon Clark, 11 points off the bench. John Concher, 17 points off the bench. Jarrett Culver, 11 points off the bench. Everybody was eating. It was like Thanksgiving dinner out here in Grizzlies. Everybody was getting a plate here and some leftovers and a take-home plate here for this Grizzlies team. They were all on point, and the Thunder are a sorry excuse for an organization. Jeez Louise. All right, we're done with that game, and we'll, for the Thunder's sake, we'll never talk about that game again. All right, next game up here is the Pistons at the Suns, and the Suns get yet another win here. 18 straight wins. It's the franchise record. Absolutely fantastic. Suns get the win here, 114-103 over the Pistons. Anybody do good on the Pistons? Jeremy Grant got it done. 34 points, 6 rebounds, shot 52%, but unfortunately they still come up short like we know this Pistons team does. And then for the Suns, still no Devin Booker. Remember, he got a little banged up in their last game against the Warriors. Still not ready to go here. Still not in. So Landry Shamet fills in for Devin Booker at the 2. 14 points by Landry Shamet. Nothing what really Devin Booker does. Chris Paul, 12 points, 12 assists. We had DeAndre Ayton, 17 points, 12 rebounds. McCall Bridges, 18 points. And then this bench, folks, and once again, this bench of the Suns, this is what's going to propel them to actually win the finals this year. The bench. We have Cameron Johnson, 19 points off the bench. Cameron Payne, 19 points off the bench. JaVale McGee, 10.6 rebounds off the bench in 15 minutes. So an absolutely great performance here with the Suns bench, and they're definitely going to need that with Devin Booker out. So shout out to the Suns. That is our 10 minutes, but we've still got one more game to go over, so let's keep going here. Suns get the win 114-103 over the Pistons. And then the last game last night, Spurs at the Blazers. Spurs get the win 114-83 over the Blazers. No Damian Lillard still for this Blazers team, so still really no chance of winning these games. They start Anthony Simons at the 1, only played 10 minutes, no points on 3 shots. CJ McCollum, 16 points on 38% shooting. Whenever Damian Lillard's out, it's got to be CJ McCollum stepping it up, like Chris Middleton without Giannis. But both those teams lose because the number 2 doesn't step up. That is your role as the number 2, to assume number 1 responsibilities when the number 1 option is not on the floor. So come on, CJ McCollum. Yes, we can kind of knock Damian Lillard for not getting it done for the Blazers this season. I mean, what's this Blazers team record, folks? I mean, it's going to be unrecognizable of what this Blazers team has been doing the last 5 seasons. We got this Blazers team as the 9th seed right now at 11-12. Come on, this is not the Blazers. Come on, CJ McCollum, you're a part of this Blazers team. You're a reason for the lackluster overall achievement of the Blazers team. Come on, please step it up when you get called upon. He hasn't really done that. Minus 28 on the floor, the worst on the squad from last night. Come on, get it done, please. Nurkic, 10.7 rebounds. Robert Covington, 10.6 rebounds. And Norman Powell, 16 points, 4 rebounds. Just not enough to overcome the Spurs, folks. And we know the Spurs team is lethal, right? This Spurs team is one of the best teams in the league, right? Of course not. Bad loss by the Blazers last night. And then who got it done for the Spurs? Well, their entire starting lineup had a really great night. We had DeJounte Murray, 15 points, 13 assists, 7 rebounds. What a stat line. Jeez Louise. Derek White, 12 points, 5 assists, 7 rebounds. We had Jacob Poeltl at the 5, 14 points, 9 rebounds. Keldon Johnson, 14 points, 7 rebounds. And Doug McDermott, 16 points and 4 rebounds. Everybody was getting boards over everybody on the Blazers. And then they had a great bench contribution from Bryn Forbes, 18 points. Bryn Forbes he was on the Bucks a couple seasons ago. No, Bryn Forbes came in the playoffs trying to get it done. Bryn Forbes gets it done here for the Spurs team. 18 points off the bench. So Spurs get the win here, 114-83. All right, that was all the basketball from last night. Let's quickly see if we can make a little bit of money in the NBA tonight. We stayed away from all the spreads yesterday. Nothing was really tickling our fancy. But let's see if there's any action on NBA Friday. So here we go. First game up here, Heat at the Pacers. Heat plus 5.5. Pacers minus 5.5 here. Before the Bam Adebayo injury, this is a great bet. And it probably wouldn't be Heat plus 5.5 at that point. No Bam Adebayo. We really can't. Oh, no Bam Adebayo and no Jimmy Butler. No, thank you. We know we're not going to swallow the 5 here for the Pacers because we don't believe in the Pacers either. But no great value here. Stay away from betting the Heat, folks. No Bam Adebayo. No Jimmy Butler. That's their lifeblood of the team. Yes, Tyler Hero is good, but he can't single-handedly carry a squad. And that's no disrespect to Tyler Hero. That's just nobody can do that besides LeBron James or Kevin Durant. And nobody is even close to those two, especially Tyler Hero. No disrespect to Tyler Hero, but it's Tyler Hero. All right. Oh, hang on. I think we found some great value here. Next game up, Cavs at the Wizards. Cavs plus 3.5, Wizards minus 3.5. We get 3.5 points here by the Cavs with just C.D. Osman out. We can deal with that. For the Wizards, what do we got here? Denny Avdija game time decision and Aaron Holiday game time decision. So this Cavs team just had a really good win against the Heat. Once again, no Jimmy Butler or Bam Adebayo in that game, but it was a dominant win, like 30-point win there, which you're supposed to do without those two players. So this Cavs team is rolling, folks. I'm absolutely loving everything about this Cavs team. The bench is really starting to come alive. Jared Allen, obviously. So give us Cavs plus 3.5, folks. Bingo, bango. Loving the value. All right, next game up here, 76ers at the Hawks. And man, oh man, I kind of like the 76ers here as well. 76ers +2, Hawks -2. For the 76ers, Tobias Harris is a game-time decision. And for the Hawks, Bogdan Bogdanovic is still out here. Ooh. 76ers coming off that really poor performance against the Celtics. Everybody was shooting bad that game. But we still made our bet, 76ers +3, we hit it. 76ers +2 here. I don't see them having back-to-back bad games. We'll see if anybody can shut down Joel Embiid. I think this 76ers team is better overall than the Hawks are. We know that this Hawks team has kind of turned the corner a little bit, but I'm ready to bet on this 76ers team coming off that bad performance shooting-wise where Joel Embiid was locked down. I think they get it done. And the Hawks missing that shooter of Bogdanovic. Give me the 76ers +2, folks. I think I'm loving that as well. Alrighty, now we're cooking with gas here. Woof. Alrighty, can we keep it going here? We got the Timberwolves at the Nets. Timberwolves +7.5, Nets -7.5. Not going to bet against Kevin Durant. They're still kind of getting it done. In this Timberwolves team, they're just too reliant on their big three. They've got really nothing besides the big three of Karl Anthony Towns, Russell, and Anthony Edwards. So we'll stay away from it. Magic at the Rockets, nothing great there. Magic +2.5, Rockets -2.5. Two bad teams we're not going to bet on. Pelicans at the Mavericks. Pelicans +7. Mavericks -7 right here. Not bad by this Pelicans team. They just had a nice big loss. Hang on, didn't they? What was their last big win? Didn't they have a big win? They beat the Clippers 123-104 2 games ago. Just lost to the Mavericks 139-107 in their last game. So that's a back-to-back matchup there. We're going to stay away from that one. Mavericks had the big old win in their first meeting 2 days ago, and we're not going to kind of, play that game of back-to-backs. We don't like any team betting on any team playing back-to-back, and I'm not going to bet on any back-to-back series either. So Pelicans-Mavericks is out of the discussion. All right, then we get the Celtics at the Jazz here. Celtics +7.5, Jazz -7.5. This Jazz team is one of the deepest teams in the NBA, folks. For the Celtics team is Jaylen Brown playing. Jaylen Brown is out, so we will stay away from it. If Jaylen Brown was playing, I would swallow the 7.5 here. I would take the Jazz -7.5. We know the Celtics are worse with Jaylen Brown on the floor, but with him in, maybe a late backdoor cover, this Jazz team should win here, but we'll stay away from the spread. Then we get the Suns at the Warriors. Game 2 matchup. Once again, we'll stay away from this one. A repeat of a couple of games ago where the Suns beat the Warriors. The Warriors are trying to get their revenge here. Suns +7 points. Is that right? Suns +7? That seems too good to pass up. Devin Booker is out, though. But they got it done without him. Devin Booker left the game. He only played 15 minutes in that first meeting against the Warriors. Suns +7? That seems to be a little bit disrespectful value. I get it's no Devin Booker, but it's still the Suns team. They're more than just Devin Booker. You don't win 18 games in a row with just one player getting it done single-handedly for the squad. So the Warriors may win this game, but don't disrespect the Suns team by saying it's not going to be close. We got to take the 7 points here by the Suns. Give us that. And then the last game of the night, the Clippers at the Lakers. Clippers +2, Lakers -2. LeBron James is good to go, or a game-time decision, but should be good to go. Out of the COVID-19 protocols because of all the false positives or whatever the heck happened in that crazy scenario where LeBron James tweets out fishing emojis and fish emojis to be like, hey, something fishy going on. And obviously it was right because the next day he's like, hey, I can play now. What's good? Something truly was fishy going on. What else do we get here? Anthony Davis, game-time decision for the Clippers. We get Nicholas Batum is out, but we'll stay away from this one. We've already got 3 great values up on the board, and this is what we're going to be rocking with, folks. We've hit our last 3 bets. We've got our finger on the pulse in the NBA, in the NFL, both of them together here. Cavs +3.5, 76ers +2, Suns +7. Loving it, absolutely fantastic 3-team parlay right here, folks. +596 odds. Sheesh, teams getting points, folks. Teams getting points. Give us those points. Fantastic value all around.